Hey, it's Chris again with C&H Auto Accessories coming from Margate, Florida, and we got another first. You know me, I love first. I like doing something that you probably haven't seen before. So before we get into that, if you have questions, and I know you're gonna have questions on this, call me. It's a little easier just to call us. I know a lot of people will sit there and they'll send me like a whole book worth of questions. Call me, because to be honest with you, I don't always have time to hop on the computer and answer every question. A lot of times I'll just say, hey, call the store. So do that. So that being said, come on over here. What do we have? We got a Ford Ranger, and we did several things. We did a Hitch, we did a Bedrug, we did a Truxedo T-slot rails, and we did a Armor Flex. So the Hitch, that's pretty easy. So, but I'm going to go into the other stuff. You ready? So let's go in here. Now, before I open this thing up and show you how good looking this Bedrug is, and it is the Bedrug Classic, I'm going to show you the top of this cover. Now, this is the Undercover Armor Flex with the Truxedo T-slot rails, which do come with these great looking tie downs. Now, as you can see, this is on there really well. You can put stuff on this cover. For example, the cover itself has a 400-pound weight capacity. Now, that is evenly distributed. So keep in mind, you don't want someone standing in the middle is 400 pounds. It's designed for laying something heavy on it, and of course, with the T-slot, you can actually secure it, which is really nice. Now, it does have a 5-year warranty from Undercover. Now, if we install it like we did today, that warranty gets doubled. It's now a 10-year warranty. Very good. We're also going to put a 1-year labor guarantee and all the stuff we have done, which is really nice. Now, let's go into a few cool things about the cover, and I'm going to go over all the stuff we did. I'm going to get into the Bedrug in a second, but let's stay with the cover for the moment. So you do have a left and right release mechanism, so wherever you're standing, the passenger side or the driver's side, you can open this up no problem whatsoever. Now, I'm going to let you know, if you get this combination, which is the T-slot rails with the cover, listen to these words real closely. The hardware that comes with this will not work. We found out the hard way. We actually had to do a little bit of custom work to make everything work. So if you go, what's happened is people are going to watch this video, they're going to buy from somewhere else that doesn't know anything about what I've done today. And then you're going to call me and say, hey, Chris, I didn't buy from you, but I want you to help me out. And I'm going to say politely, I said, look, if you bought it from me, I'll spend all the time showing you and telling you how to make this work. If you go buy it from some guy, it's his responsibility to do that. And if you chose someone who's just a computer guy, doesn't know this stuff, doesn't install this stuff, that was your mistake. So, and I hate to say, I get so many phone calls from people, they seen on my video, and the first thing they say, well, I didn't know you did it. I was like, what do you mean? Well, I watched your video, I figured you didn't sell it. Okay. So, that being said, if you look in here, you'll see the Bedrug Classic on here. Now, if you look really nice, you can see how we do it a little bit differently when we put them in there. For example, on a lot of these Bedrugs, they show up a little slit, so you can cut the Bedrug and put the tie downs through the slit. I don't do it that way. We actually remove all the hardware and we put it on the Bedrug. Why? Because it looks better. Just like over here, a lot of places they put a big square there, and you can see you would see all the white paint from the bed. What we do is I actually cut the whole lot smaller. This way, I'm actually screwing on the Bedrug itself, so you don't have to worry about these coming off. It actually holds the Bedrug really nice. Also, the bed for this Ranger, it's like Swiss cheese. I mean, there's so many holes from the factory, so many places where water can get into. The Bedrug itself actually will do a great job of sealing up a lot of those problems. Like the whole front of that area there, it was holes after holes after holes. The Bedrug seals them up, and it will keep the water out. Well, you might come in here and say, oh, this part is a little wet. Well, the water was coming up from underneath, and it kept it from getting into the bed. So it does a great job. So it doesn't just look good, it does function good. Now, this is also padded. Especially if you have any beds or aluminum beds, it's going to absorb more of an impact. So if you drop something in there, it'll help keep the bed from getting all dented up over the years. Now, a lot of people, they say the Bedrug, and usually I get the people a little uneducated on the Bedrug product. I had a guy this morning, and he just couldn't understand, what? It can't get wet. I go, no, it can't get wet. I can't get wet. And I said, dude, they use this stuff in boats. You know, and trust me, if you're on the water, it's getting wet. This stuff can get wet. It's actually not even real carpet. It's a plastic material. So if he left this open and it got rained on all the time, we find. If you're watching the videos where the guy's pouring chemicals on it and then he uses a hose to clean it out, when I clean mine out, I go through a car wash, leave the top open, it gets all soapy, and then I take a hose and clean it out. So it can take all kinds of abuse. So whatever you think you're going to do, it can handle it. So that's good to be said. Now, if you look over here, going back to the Armor Flex, you see that I did open it up, and it gives you full access to the bed. You know, Rangers don't have the biggest bed. This one's like 5 foot, 0.1 inch or whatever. And I'm using every inch of that bed, which is really quite nice. Also, if you notice, we kind of tucked the drainage system away, so it's a little bit more hidden, a little cleaner look. Again, I love this bed rug with this. This is a great look. This is the first time doing a full rug classic on a Ranger, and I'm really happy with it. I can't wait for my guests to see it. I think he'll be just as happy. And like I said, we took extra time on this. Actually, Caleb behind the camera did quite a bit of the work here, so good job. So, and I just like how super clean this all looks. Again, if you get this set up, my recommendation, get it from us, because I'm going to have to go over a few things, and we probably have to send you some other hardware to make this setup work. So the hardware it comes with it will not work, so remember that. Again, I can go ahead and close this up here, really easy to do. You can hear it locking in place. Oh, by the way, you can drive with it up, or you can drive it this way. I haven't mentioned it. Basically, that locks into this little groove over here. Voila. Okay. And when it's not in use, slides in there. Very nice. Again, easy to open and close. You can see it here all locking out. A lot of times when you get to the last close, sometimes you might have to push it both sides to make sure it's closed. All in all, this is one of my favorite setups. I really like how this came out. I know this was a little bit more work, like for example, these elevate rails, so we had to trim them. So Buddy, one of our master techs, trimmed them down the size. We had to use extra hardware, or not extra, we had to use different hardware inside. We had to do a lot of different things with the bedrug to make it look as nice as it does. So this is the benefit buying from us, is these features. Now, keep in mind, if you do get these T-slots, and pretty much on any of the covers, it does bring them in a little bit, so you have to actually adjust the mechanism inside so it will accommodate. As you can see, it's closing just fine now, but it didn't close out fine at first. We had to do a little adjustments. Again, this is something we can do for you, and the benefit buying from us, you get us. Even if we ship it somewhere outside the country, somewhere else in the country, and you're working on this and you say, it's not closing right, this is not working, this is not working, we can help you. And that's a benefit from us. You get our help. Again, I'm Chris with C&H Auto Accessories, and this is a review of several items. You got the Truxedo T-slot rails, which comes with these wonderful tie-downs, the Undercover Armor Flex, which great line at the top, and of course the full rug, bed rug classic, and that looks wonderful in there as well. And all these things I can ship anywhere in the country, or you can come here. And of course, there's a hitch on the bottom, class 3 hitch we put on there as well. Again, don't forget, like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thank you.